up, everyone? Got busy week. Busy, man. This past week, I did a bunch of work on designing the new sign for down at the flea market. That tied up quite a bit of my time, and then doing t-shirts. I did the design for the t-shirts. Everybody liked it, so I ordered them, the transfers in, the DTF and the blanks, and this morning that's all I did all morning was do up t-shirts. So I have a bunch of t-shirts ready to go down for the flea market. The sign, somebody stepped up from the flea market, and they're gonna pay for the sign and have it put in. And as you can see, I was busy working on the new studio, getting this all set up so you don't have to look at all my crap sitting around. And I can change the backdrop on this as much as I want. Right now I have it set up for the holiday Halloween, even though it's still no ways off. But I was figured you'll get to look at this for, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 times, and then I'll change it for Thanksgiving, and then for Christmas, and then for the new year. I'm still working on lighting. As you can see, it's kind of dark. I don't know, it kind of gives you that Halloween atmosphere, me being back here dark. Running on a budget, it was kind of hard to pick up stuff that was kind of light colored. Everything's dark, at a decent price that I wanted to spend for in here. Later on, I'll do something again a little bit more extravagant. Some more camera angle, better audio. Right now, I did the update for our Facebook group, and the audio in here is a little hollow. So I may have to get a remote mic. I have a couple, but the problem is the wireless ones I have, they have a tendency to want to not work. So and wired, to come all the way over here from the camera is kind of a little tougher. I do have a clip-on that plugs into my camera, but I think the wire's not going to be long enough. It'll be all stretched out, and you'll see it. But I'll get it out and take a look at it, and I'll probably mess around with the wireless mics again. And I have a Rode style that goes on top of my camera, but I think that one too is still going to be a little hollow sounding in here. I'm out back of the house, but the road's kind of close, so you're still going to hear cars and trucks going up and down the road while it's warm. And then once it gets a little colder, I'll be closing everything up, and you won't be able to hear that. Let's see, Wednesday, I posted a short on a small buy-in that I picked up down at the outdoor market. With those 3 games, a couple Xbox One games, and a 360 game, plus the Genesis, which you watched yesterday if you watched my video. I worked on the Genesis, Dreamcast, man. Yep. So I got the 2 Xbox One games, a 360 game, and a Dreamcast. There you go, with 2 controllers, 2 rumble packs, and I think it's a DVM or DMV, whatever. Yeah, DMV, Department of Motor Vehicle. And what was inside of it was Ready to Rumble boxing, which I played around with that a little bit in the video, and you can see I'm terrible at it. So I told you I don't play games. I don't have time to play games. I got enough other stuff to do that keeps me busy that I don't have to do games. And like I said, yesterday was the Dreamcast. We got it up and running. But back to t-shirts, I'm kind of kicking around making up some t-shirts for Sunday Coffee Break or the channel. I have them down, the cost of the t-shirts down quite a bit, so I can sell them between $12 and $15. I don't know what shipping would cost on a t-shirt, but that may be an option for me to start just getting rid of Printify and concentrate on doing my own designs and printing out my own stuff. My press, I can do hats, t-shirts of course, and coffee mugs. I can do coffee mugs on it too. So that's an option. I'm looking at some koozies, can coolers, and I'm also looking at some lanyards. Just stuff that I can do in-house with my t-shirt press is like 12 by 12, or just a little over 12, like 12 and a half or 13 by 13. So I have to watch, you know, on my t-shirts, my designs can only be 11 by 11. If you get any further, the shape of the press is a little rounded on the edges, and you're not going to get it pressed down well enough. So, but I can do, you know, an infinite number of t-shirts on it. The DTFs have really come down in price, and t-shirts aren't too bad either in price. So it's cost effective to actually print them in-house and ship them. Would be cheaper than trying to do Printify, which I think most of them, they want, I have to charge like $24.99 for t-shirts plus shipping. You end up with like 30 some dollars in a t-shirt, and to me that's just not worth it unless it's a, you know, really extravagant design on a t-shirt and a high quality t-shirt. I strictly usually stay with Gildan or Hanes. Both of those, the Hanes fit a little bit different than the Gildan. So, you know, it's either or. I got Gildan in this time, and my black t-shirts were Hanes. So, the black t-shirts, they're about the Hanes are about the same amount as the Gildan. So, but there's different qualities in Gildan. You know, you can get up to where you can buy, where a blank is $12.99 just for a blank. The hardest thing to really make cost effective are hoodies, and I want to do hoodies, but hoodies are about 4 times the price of a t-shirt. So, you know, you can kind of imagine that I'd have to be charging probably $30, $35 for a hoodie plus shipping. And coffee mugs, I can get blanks. They're not too bad. Koozies, you can get the blank koozies pretty cheap. They're not too bad, and same with the lanyards. The lanyards are, you can get those, and they're not too bad. The lanyards you can line up and probably do about 3 or 4 at a time on the press. Same with the koozies, if you're good enough at lining everything up. If not, you do them one at a time, and you do one side, and then you let it cool, and then you flip it over and do the other side. Because if you just do one side, that's stupid. You have to have both sides done, so when you put the can in it, it's all the way around it. Just looks better. And the DTFs aren't that. They're pretty inexpensive too for that. It'd be like a 2 3/4 by 3 inch DTF. But I enjoy doing t-shirts. They're, once you get the hang of it and figure out how to center every one of them so you can move through them instead of screwing around trying to figure out where it belongs. Once you get it figured out, it's not too bad. The machine does everything. I buy the DTFs in a gang roll, and then weed it myself because I can save 30 cents a piece. So that's, more money that you can save and put towards profit margin. Let's see what else is going on. Like I said, the sign. I think I have. I'll put a picture of the sign that we decided in right about now. And you can take a look at it. Like I said, this was kind of a spur of the moment coffee break. I was going to skip this weekend, but I decided not to because I know a lot of people enjoy watching the coffee break. So I wanted to make sure I got one in for everybody, even if it was a short one. And not, like I said, not a lot going on, just busy on one thing at a time and going through it. I did do I have a video in the can of one of those pieces of electronics I bought, and I have one up on the bench that I'll probably work on this evening because I need to get it done. So those will be upcoming. I have a little short video telling you what's going to happen. I have, I think I told you last weekend that I'm going to do a series on all that electronics that I bought, and I have a kind of a starter video that I'm going to go over everything, and then we'll get into start fixing it. I already did one. I did the receiver, so that's ready. That video's waiting to be uploaded as well. I have a video of me straightening up the porch and getting the studio set up. It's kind of just a vlog where I you get to see the beginning, what it looked like before, and then in the middle, and then when it was complete. So I don't know if I'm going to do that video or not. I should, because short format, not shorts, but a shorter format videos, they seem to do very well too. Long formats they do the best for me. But the shorter ones, I've had people ask me to do some shorter videos. So yesterday's was a little shorter. I kind of broke that one down a little bit as well. As I was working on it too, I was kind of breaking it down and doing some things off camera that normally I would video, so I could shorten it up a little bit so it's not an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes. I think that one ended up being like 43 minutes. And we'll see how it did. But that's what's going on. is I'm just staying busy, doing stuff for the flea market group, doing stuff for the flea market, and trying to do more stuff for the YouTube channel as well. This kind of started out, the studio kind of started out as for YouTube. I was just kind of working at it in my head, and then when updates and me starting a group and everything on Facebook for the Leaper Flea Market, I kind of opened my mouth on that one and said, "Yep, I can do it." So, and then I started doing some updates, letting everybody know what's going on. So, because I only see people on the weekend and vendors on the weekend, and after that everybody goes home, and so we needed a group so we could talk together and tell everybody what me and Lynn are coming up with. Lynn has a lot of great ideas, so it works out really well. She comes up with a lot of ideas, and then I try and kind of do whatever I can to, okay, as I was saying before my battery went dead. Lynn has a lot of really good ideas. She's got that sense as far as what things that need to be done, to get exposure, like put in Visit PA, the flea market books, and all that type of stuff, and like Discover Pennsylvania, and there's a couple of them down around Clarion, and that where they'd come up and do an exclusive on the flea market, and that type of stuff. And she has a good eye for what looks good as far as signs and stuff like that. She's had brick and mortar too, the same as me, so it's kind of perfect for the two of us to keep throwing stuff at each other and see what sticks. I like more of the physical advertising, the apparel, shirts, hats, coffee mugs, lanyards, that type of stuff for people to buy and take out and roam around with, like t-shirts. That's great advertising, people roaming around with our t-shirts on. The biggest thing is getting out of our little area and getting out into like an hour away, because people drive an hour to go to the flea market. I know I'm talking a lot more about the flea market in this than what's going on with the arcade and all that stuff. But this is what my week was. I got to do a little bit of stuff for for our channel, but most of my time was all towards the flea market. So that's what I have to talk to you about. It was either talk about that or just no coffee break at all this week, and hopefully things settle down a little bit next week and I can get some more stuff done for the channel. But in the meantime, this is what's going on. Flyers, and stuff like that. Right now I'm designing a flower. Designing a flyer, brochure, whatever you want to call them. It's a tri-fold or a Z-fold. I'm working on that. It seems like every time we mention stuff to do, nobody steps up and wants to do any design work or anything like that, because that's sitting in front of the computer and doing designing. That's why I said I want to start designing some t-shirts on my own for the channel and that, and maybe I can sell some of them on here and raise some money for myself here for our channel. So I'm designing that, working on that. Nobody else seems to want to do anything. Trina, though, the one gal, Trina, she set up, she's going to make us magnets. She's going to do magnets. But, you know, when we mentioned brochures, it was kind of like crickets. And t-shirt designs, crickets. And big sign design, crickets. So you know what that means. I'm not going to sit around and wait for somebody else. When something needs to be done that's important, I'm on it, and that's important. You know, because that's where we make money. We make money at the flea market, and that's what keeps the channel going and keeps me buying stuff to do the channel. So I have to spend a little extra time. I know it's getting towards the end of the season for the flea market, but if you don't start now for next year, come March it's too late. This stuff has to all be in place, so when it's time to open up the first weekend of May, you can, you know, jump out with your feet on the ground and start running. It has to be done. And some people don't look at it that way. They feel that, oh, we got all winter, we can work on it then. No, now is the time to get stuff done. That's why the sign was so important. Once I get the okay from the owner, it'll go to print, and it'll be put up, and it'll be up for the winter. And that gives us advertising all winter. Because there's still a lot of people up there in Leaper that don't know that the flea market's there. And I got to check with the owner too. I think the flea market, we're coming up on our either 40th or 45th anniversary. So we want to do something for that too. But yeah, that's what's going on. Hope you didn't mind me talking about the Leaper Flea Market in this Sunday's episode of Coffee Break. And I think I'm going to end it there. And I will see you next weekend, next Sunday. Hopefully I'll have some other stuff to report on more than just the flea market. So until next Sunday, everybody have a great week. And tell me what you think of the new studio. Till then, see ya.